This was on the used DVD when I bought it. Blows away the first movie. I don't remember the original Amityville too well, so. Everybody, hope you guys are doing good. Back with another review, a little bit of a retro one today. Of course, the backstory is I did the Conjuring review a couple weeks ago. Got a lot of crap on that because I gave it a 3 out of 5. I thought it was okay movie. But I kind of wanted to revisit something, in the same vein, and I picked up this one the other day used, and the guy who had it used had put this tag on it, which I thought was funny. All right, well, Amityville 2, The Possession came out in 1982, directed by Damiano Diamani. I believe an Italian guy, is only American film. And the thing with this one is, The Conjuring supposedly is based on a true story, based from the Warrens. This is another one. The Warrens are kind of tied in here also. But this is a true story. It's based on a book called Murder in Amityville. And it is a fact that this young man killed his mom, dad, younger siblings, and his sister. That is a fact. Of course, in this movie, they mixed demonic possession into it. And the demonic, what did they call it in the credits? The demonic advisors or whatever, for this movie were actually the Warrens, which I thought was funny when I was reading the credits after. But yeah, is it better than The Conjuring? Not really, probably technically as a film. But as a kid, I remember the brother when he gets possessed. And I'm sorry, I don't want to go into too many spoilers, but that's what happens in the movie. The brother gets possessed. And it's a pretty standard possession movie. But when I was young and I saw the brother get possessed, I shut it off at that part. I didn't even remember there was a part after he gets possessed and goes crazy. I just thought that was the end of the movie when he starts offing family members. But there's a whole other part of this movie. And the kid is still scary. I mean, when he's possessed and he hears voices in his Walkman and the voice is just creepy sounding. And then as he gets possessed, he starts like having sort of like disfigurements, and there's some of the old school, practical effects with the skin pulsating and stuff like that. That stuff is all cool. The possession part is cool. Besides the kid getting possessed, there's one other thing that really works well, and it's this whole family dysfunction that's hidden under the surface of this film. The father is very abusive. You can tell right away at the beginning of the film. And there's also this creepy, incestual sort of undertone that carries out through the movie, and then finally it's sort of realized before the kid goes crazy as he's getting possessed. And that part is some of the creepiest stuff in the movie, just the family dynamic. But there is a lot of bad parts. They have a priest character in this movie, and he's not that bad, but one funny thing I did, if they did it in a movie now, people would be laughing their ass off. There's a scene where the priest in this movie goes camping with his other priest friend by themselves. And I just thought that was, nowadays, I don't know if that'd fly, but I thought it was funny, whatever. And a little bit of, shows how dated this is and a little bit of humor. But the film deteriorates after the kid goes crazy because it's mostly about this priest. And I don't know what happened. You don't even know what happens to the priest. And, the kid gets arrested, but then the priest, there's this convoluted method of how he gets the kid back to the church, and it's just really, if you pay attention to it, it makes no fucking sense. It's just ridiculous. And at the end of the movie, you're like, well, geez, what happened to the fucking priest? Because they really don't show. They just show the house on sale. Okay, but whatever. So with this movie, you got to take the good with the bad. It's kind of a fun little throwback movie. I don't know if it's as good as the original because I haven't watched the original in a long time. But I know a lot of people actually like this one a lot more. Obviously, the guy who sold it to me did. I think it's a 2.5 out of 5, and you're going to be like, God, it's better than that. The 2.5 is for the kid and the demon voice and that stuff, the makeup, all that stuff is cool. He's still creepy after all these years. But the reason I'm cutting it so low is because what they do with the story at the end when they start bringing in the cops makes no sense the way the priest gets the kid away from the cops if you really pay attention to how he gets him away. And then what happens to the priest at the end of the movie, they really don't show. They kind of show, but they don't really show what happens to him. There's no conclusive thing. And it's not that it's open-ended in a good way. It's just kind of like bad editing, sort of. And overall, there's a lot of bad acting in this movie. The priest, the mom. There's good moments with the mom. And then the dad is played by, I think his name's Burt Young. God, I hope I'm not massacring that. But he played Paulie on Rocky. And in this movie, he's just an abusive, like, fat, drunk dad. So, yeah, that part works. The haunting kid works. The rest of the movie just kind of deteriorates. But it is laughable. The priest going camping with his little priest friend. And they're really friends. It's cool. It's funny. So, yeah. Check out Amityville 2, The Possession, if you ever have a chance. You don't even have to see the first one because this is technically the prequel. So, alright, guys. Sorry, 2.5 out of 5. And tell me what your favorite Amityville is. I know a lot of people like the remake. Of course, I saw that one. Don't remember that one either. Just Ryan Reynolds. All right. See you guys. Bye.